Up next, the Honorable One Brian White and Michael Grayson take on the Drifters.
Referee Matt McCausland making sure everything is ready to go and the turnbuckles are tightened. Here they are.
I don't blame our referee for making that. When these men are making those adjustments, when these men come to the ring, Drifters not known for playing by the rules, just looking to wreak havoc in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
And we've seen it in the past where the ring can't even contain them. Back at one of our other shows, top rope even snapped off.
Exactly.
And you can see the size of this team. They are here to beat people up, beat people down, whatever it takes.
Collect a check, see you later, go home, who's next?
And their opponents, we've got a different tag team here than we're used to seeing in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Exactly. These two men, the Honorable One, Brian White and Michael Grayson, looking to foil the Drifters' plans.
Michael Grayson, of course, a part of Books and Looks with our heavyweight champion, Rodney Matthews, here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. However, Brian White teaming with Michael Grayson tonight.
Exactly. Brian White tagging in for the evening. Both men, maybe it's just an alliance of convenience or an alliance built through dislike of the Drifters.
Well, and when you're the champion like Rodney Matthews is, the champion's schedule books up pretty quickly.
Tough. Yeah, exactly. It can be tough.
No pun intended with the Books and Looks, but both men into the ring now. And don't let Michael Grayson fool you. He's a character. He likes to have fun, but
when that bell rings,
he can get it done too.
There's a reason why he can have a little antics behind him, because he can get it done in the ring just the same.
No smiles on the faces of Isaiah Cross, 6'8" Isaiah Cross, and Wade Allen of the Drifters. Not about this.
Absolutely not. And when you take the approach of the Drifters, you're gonna make some enemies. And maybe this match is more of a lay in the bed you sew type of engagement.
Absolutely. Michael Grayson t-shirts being thrown out even before the match here. And you knew the Tilsonburg reference was going to make its way in here. Stompin' Tom Connor, Canadian legend, writing a song about Tilsonburg. My back still aches when I hear that name. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some achy backs here after this match.
Absolutely not.
Grayson trying to get in there early with the forearms, and Wade Allen having no part of it.
Exactly. Michael Grayson knows what the Drifters bring, having taken them on a few weeks back.
Grayson maybe surprised himself with the early drop kick there. Going up top, asking the crowd, is this a good idea?
Answer always being yes.
Might be a good idea to just get to it here, because that's going to happen. Wade Allen throwing Grayson off, and the clothesline putting him in his place.
I don't know how effective that hip toss was going to be against Wade Allen there.
I tell you, that one worked well, though. And there's the achy back that we mentioned early on in this match.
That's going to make your back hurt real quick.
What happens when you're in Tilsonburg? Tag to Isaiah Cross. These two, like them or not, they are not the friendliest of dudes, but they know what they're doing.
Exactly. When the Drifters get into the ring, it's very much a well-oiled machine. You might not like their style, but the actions and their tag team abilities you cannot deny.
The size of Isaiah Cross doesn't even fit into the frame of the camera at some points. Brian White
That
Seen enough.
Enziguri only bringing Cross down to barely one knee.
Chops trying to cut the big man down. Shot to Cross. Double axe handle.
Big man still on his feet. A drop kick.
You can see the chest, though. They're working their way through Isaiah Cross.
Every hit chopping the big redwood down just a little bit more.
Shots to the midsection now. Cross right back up. How do you take down a giant? Well, just keep trying to cut him down the best you can.
Exactly. You keep hitting them, eventually one of them's going to land.
Wants to quiet the crowd for the double.
Goodness.
Oh,
those hands almost the size of White's chest.
Trying to cave the chest in of Brian White.
I imagine that's just like a lightning bolt going through his body.
And just maybe saved his own life there. Maybe looking at
White going for a snapmare on the big man. Back to chopping the big man down.
Wrist lock now and able to get a little bit of control of Isaiah Cross. The honorable one, Brian White. May have seen him at city council meetings in Sarnia.
Exactly. I can't imagine these are the same tactics he uses in those meetings, but
you know, sometimes
can get intense sometimes.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get something passed, right?
Exactly. Having been in debate club in high school, I know how intense they can get, and there were times where I wanted to put a hammerlock on somebody and give him the old stomp, so can't blame White.
Sometimes meetings just go on too long and you just need to end it. Clubs to the back now of Isaiah Cross. Cross a little bit in trouble there. Wade Allen does not seem worried, though, on the outside. They've seen this before.
No.
They know what they're doing.
And just like that, Isaiah Cross firmly in control. All it took was one big boot, and the momentum has shifted.
Look at the leg, 2 count. Gonna get Brian White up. Scoop him way up there. And down. Might be a fun ride up, but it's certainly not on the way down.
Absolutely not. Have to be careful of hitting those lights with the size of Cross.
Elbow to the inside of the knee. Targeting the knee of Brian White. You know in the past that has been effective, but we also know the heart that Brian White has.
Absolutely. He's not going to go down without a fight, but I'm sure the Drifters are willing to give it to him.
Doing everything he can to keep him down. Still just a 2 count. Brian White needs a tag in the worst way, but that's not in the plans for Isaiah Cross.
No, I would say the Drifters firmly disagree on that.
That worked for a moment. Still on his feet, though. And a huge clothesline now from Isaiah Cross. 2 count once again.
You can see Michael Grayson just itching to get in this match.
Here we go, into the corner now. Drifters tag in Wade Allen, keeping full control of the honorable one, Brian White, in their corner. 2 count once again. And White pulling on that bottom rope, trying to make his way back to his feet in any way he can.
White has to be exhausted. Drifters just not letting up at all.
Wade Allen now dragging him to his feet once again with the headbutt. How do you compete against someone who uses their own head as a weapon?
It's a great question.
Grayson looking to get in there, knows he may have to make the save one of these times. Right back into enemy territory for Brian White.
Drifters just not letting up, continuing to do so.
Distracting the referee. Oh, he's got something in his eye. Come on, referee. Choking him out on the top rope. Like we said, it ain't pretty. They don't always play by the rules.
Exactly, ain't pretty, but if it's effective, and you can just see the frustration of Michael Grayson boiling over.
Especially here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, rules are taken very, very seriously.
Extremely, and our referees, they need to keep a close eye on that stuff, but they don't have eyes in the back of their head.
Unfortunately, it's one man. Wade Allen. Using his weight into the corner to... Oh!
Goodness.
Lower half right into the face of Brian White.
How much more of this can White take?
He's in a world of trouble.
The Drifters have just been dissecting him.
Another tag. Cross is in. I think the tag ratio, what are we at, 5-1 at this point?
It's got to be close to that. Like I mentioned in the early moments of this match, the Drifters just know how to work a ring, cut it in half.
More underhanded tactics. Wade Allen now choking out Brian White as Isaiah Cross distracted the referee. Quick tags as we get deeper into the match. How do you contend with these fresh big men?
That's a question that I hope Brian White answers very soon, or else this match is going to be over.
He's going to need to figure it out, that's for sure. Stepping on the face now. Wade Allen, this just looks like a every day, doesn't matter what job you have. Yep, go to work. This is what I do.
Yep, I'm just going to hurt this man.
Holding Brian White now. Look out!
Oh, White showing he still has some fight left.
Out of desperation, unbelievable.
And you can see Michael Grayson just itching to get in this match. White has to make the tag before the Drifters realize what's happening.
It's one thing to hit a move, but can you follow up and get that tag? Get the fresh man in there.
And he did.
Freshest man in the match. Goes for the clotheslines. Doesn't necessarily work on these two big men, but he's going to keep going for it.
Michael Grayson needs to put everything behind those.
Springs off the ropes, back elbow into both men. Takes down Wade Allen.
Cross still on his feet.
Reversal. Grayson. Oh! Going for the pin. 1, 2. Thought he'd catch
2.
Isaiah Cross out of nowhere with that one.
But as soon as Cross is down, he is back up with a spine buster.
That's gotta be... no! Luckily, Michael Grayson, fresh enough in this matchup, he was able to kick out of that one. Reversal on the back of his head. Isaiah Cross down, but Wade Allen is right there.
Great offense from Grayson. Almost that reversal into a Impaler DDT.
Brian White on the outside with Wade Allen.
White now having a moment to catch his breath. Gonna bring the fight to Allen, but these two need to be careful.
Divide and conquer. Right into the ring post. The honorable one may be out of this matchup after that shot.
Is there a rule that the Drifters will not break?
Went for the springboard, didn't work. Caught in a submission.
Cross caught him looking to choke the life out of Michael Grayson.
And he taps out. He had no choice. Michael Grayson just caught at the wrong time. And you get those big arms lashed around you. What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, there's nowhere to go for Michael Grayson, and the Drifters just continuing to wreak havoc on Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Speaking of, it doesn't look like they're done here.
We've seen this before, where they can't just take the win. Wade Allen looks to be going for the Wanderer. Hits it on the honorable one, Brian White. And Michael
Drifters need to be careful. If these antics keep up, I can't imagine the commissioner of Hammerlock Pure Wrestling is going to let this continue much longer.
I'm sure they have a car full of parking tickets, suspensions. Not sure they care. Never enough for them, is it?
No.
And the big men continue to tear through the tag team division of Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. The Drifters leaving Michael Grayson and Brian White in a pile. Trying to catch his breath, maybe get... live to fight another day. There's the Drifters. We'll be back with more Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Don't miss the opportunity to see Hammerlock Pure Wrestling live. Visit HammerlockPureWrestling.com to see all of our exciting upcoming events.